Nothing in particular. I'm just saying this is more than what I remember. So it's still the usual. You can boot from the USB drive, and they've got so many distributions of Linux, so many different versions. But here's the freaking problem. A lot of these newer computers, even the Windows 10, don't let you boot from a other than the hard drive, or they make it very hard. They put in the BIOS the security settings, which okay, fine for viruses. So you can't just some piece of software can't just flip the switch and say, hey, we're going to boot from here from this partition now. You got to go into the BIOS and disable the safe boot if you can. That stupid brick, I can't even get into it to disable it at all. And that's a Windows 10 computer. And that's the one I really want to run Linux off of.
That's because you're not a, what's the term? It's not, you're admin on your machine. You're not a trusted admin.
No,
not a trusted
that's not
admin. You're not a trusted installer or something. I think whatever it's called, it's a group that comes in Windows.
No,
that you can't touch. You have to do some
BIOS,
some runaround shit to do it. No, you're saying you can't get to it on your machine.
I can get to the BIOS. I can get to the BIOS.
You can't get to what you need to change.
They don't. The option is not available in the BIOS. They have secure boot set because I know that's the error that I keep getting when I boot from this USB drive. But there's no option in there to turn it off.
You search
which
the internet?
Is bullshit.
I still think if you give it a trusted installer, because that's what it's from, you got to do that. You got to do that from the command line, and then you probably PowerShell or something like that to do it.
But that's Windows again. I'm not running it from Windows. I'm running it from boot. So, anyway, otherwise, yeah, I'm just testing what I've been talking about. You run all your stuff in the browser, no problem.
That's an opportunity.
Yeah,
it's always Linux has always been an operating system for power users and above.
See, that's the thing, being a power user.
But
like I'm running Spotify.
There's an opportunity if you're trying to sell the value of leveraging an operating system that's not always trying to herd you and your information into the cloud, and so that it's being used.
Only power users care about that.
Everyone cares about that. Everyone cares about that. The only people, I think what it is everyone has thrown their hands up. There's, it's like you can't get shit done without running through something that's using your information. So people are throwing their hands up. So it's just like back in the day when I worked for the Future Now, we configured machines for the banks and the aircraft companies and in hospitals. Everyone has a lot of people have pre-configured machines. So it would be the same thing. You could market Linux-based PCs to people, but it would come just like they did in the old days. People would get PCs in, they would buy them from Dell or what have you, or they would make them from components, and they would set them up, be a middleman to setting up a Linux machine, so people aren't worrying about setting it up themselves, get it to where it's working, basically. Yeah. Of course, you would have to set up an operation to support that, but this is just the opportunity is big enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just using basically business productivity, because I got to look and see, can I install Adobe on here? Can I install CapCut? Can I install? I see all like video editing. I got to see what else I can work on here. Much less any of my games. Although
I don't know.
all my games are browser based.
Linux and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Years. But I would say I'm going to, my gut, like Spock, my guesses are better than most people's facts. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. You can on Linux, and then I'll back that up by looking it up later. But
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I'm gonna
sure
look at
you
it
can.
because the small hitches, which are not for the average bear, installing a driver so I can use a stupid printer, a HP printer, because that's not straightforward.
So, what do you do? Did you set up this is a virtual machine?
Yep. So it's
Okay,
running off the USB drive.
all right.
Yeah, I didn't want to install it, do a dual boot yet. I mean, I don't want to do it off this laptop. I want to do it off my Windows 10, just to to get
Yeah,
to the point about upgrading 10 or not.
I'm sure there's lots of videos and stuff out there about this. People probably maybe are running Linux and running Windows virtual machines.
Yeah. I could just get it to run on the other machine and get the damn secure boot off.